Hi everyone. This lesson is Chapter 3, Lesson 1, and it's called Algebraic Expressions. Your learning target is to be able to simplify algebraic expressions, which basically just means combine like terms. Success criteria is I can identify terms and like terms of algebraic expressions. I can combine like terms to simplify, and I can write and simplify algebraic expressions to solve real-life problems. Key vocabulary is like terms and simplest form. Your key vocabulary, or your keywords, include term, which is each part of an expression, separated by the plus or the minus signs. For example, 3x is a term, 7 is a term, and 6 is a separate term, meaning you have 3 terms in this expression. Coefficient is a number in front of a variable. So 4 is your coefficient, meaning that you have 4 of this variable x. And 3 is your coefficient, meaning you have 3 of the variable y. A constant is a number without a variable, minus 7. And like terms are terms with the same variable. So in this situation, we have 2 x's plus an x plus 3 more x's, meaning those are all like terms. Example 1, identify terms and like terms. So first of all, just identifying terms, we have 9x, we have negative 2, we have plus 7, and we have negative x. Our like terms would be 9x and minus x, so 9x minus x would be 8x, and our like terms would be negative 2 plus 7, and that would be 5. In example B, we have the expression z squared plus 5z minus 3z squared plus z. I know right now that I'm going to have 4 different terms. Those terms would be z squared, positive 5z, minus 3z squared, and positive z. Now my like terms are going to be z squared and negative 3z squared. And then I will have 5z, and I have plus 1 more z. Now it's your turn to give it a try. Please attempt these 3 problems on your own, and once you've completed them, please push play to see the solutions. So in question 1, I have 3 terms. I have y, I have plus 10, and I have negative 3 halves y. My like terms would be y and negative 3 halves y, and 10 is by itself. There are no other like terms that are just integers. For number 2, I have 4 terms, 2r squared, positive 7r, negative r squared, and negative 9. Like terms would be 2r squareds minus an r squared. I have a 7r, and I have a negative 9. And for number 3, I have 5 terms. I have 7, I have a plus 4p, I have a negative 5, a p, and a 2q. So like terms, I see that I have a 4p and a positive p. I have a 7 and a negative 5, and I have a 2q. An algebraic expression is in simplest form when it has no like terms and no parentheses. To combine like terms that have variables, use the distributive property to add or subtract the coefficients. For our first example, we're just being asked to simplify 6n minus 10n. In this situation, we have 6n's and 10n's, meaning they are already like terms. So we're just going to take 6 minus 10 to get negative 4n's. For example B, we once again have all like terms, negative 8.5, positive 5.2, and just W, which is 1W. So we'll do negative 8.5 plus 5.2 first. 8.5 minus 5.2 is going to give us a difference of 3.3. The absolute value of our negative number was larger, so it's going to be negative 3.3 W. And then we still need to add the 1W. So negative 3.3 W plus 1 W is negative 2.3 W. Now it's your turn. Simplify the expression. Try it for 4, 5, and 6, and then push play for your solutions. For number 4, 5, and 6, you notice that we already have common terms. So it's just going to be negative 10y plus 15y is going to be a positive 5y. For number 5, we need common denominators, so we'll rewrite negative 3/4 with a denominator of 8. That will be 6/8 b. So we have 3/8 b minus 6/8 b. 3 minus 6 is negative 3/8. And our variable remains the same as b. And for number 6, all of our terms are like. So we have 2.4 minus 2.4. Those will cancel each other out, and we're just left with negative 9.8 G. In example 3, you'll now see that we have more terms, and so we will have to identify the terms first. We have 3/4 y and we have negative 1/2 y. We also have positive 12 minus 6. So I've organized this with like terms. So 12 minus 6 is just 6, and that's positive. So I've taken care of my constants. Now I just need to take care of 3/4 y minus 1/2, so I need to rewrite with a common denominator. 3/4 y minus 2/4 y. That is 1/4 y. And now I can rewrite, combining 1/4 y plus my constant of 6. For example B, we have y's and we have z's. So we have minus 3y and minus 5y. Negative 3y minus 5y is going to combine to give us negative 8y. 4z plus 9z is going to give us 13z. We cannot combine the y's and the z's, so we just leave this as is. Now it's your turn. Try it, simplify the expressions, and then push play for the solutions when you're done. For 7, we have 14 and we have positive 8. So when those are combined, we're going to end up with 22. And then we have negative 3z and positive z. So minus 3z plus 1z is negative 2z. And so our simplified expression would be 22 minus 2z. For number 8, we have 2.5x plus 4.3x. So we're going to add those together and get 6.8x. And the minus 5, the constant, is already just by itself. So 6.8x minus 5, we cannot combine them because they're not like terms. And then for number 9, we have 2 s's and we have negative 9 s's. When we combine those, that will give us negative 7 s's. And we have 8t minus t. When we combine those, that will give us 7t. And those are positive, so we have negative 7s plus 7t. Example number 4. Each person in a group buys an event ticket, a medium drink, and a large popcorn. How much does the group pay when there are 5 people in the group? Write an expression that represents the sum of the costs of the items purchased. Use a verbal model. So it says right away that we have 5 people in the group, so number of tickets is going to be 5, times the cost per ticket for an evening event is $7.50. Number of medium drinks is going to be 5 times the cost of a medium drink is $2.75 plus the number of large popcorns is 5 times the cost of a large popcorn is $4. So 5 times $7.50 will be our first calculation. That's $37.50 plus 5 times $2.75. That's going to be $13.75. That is the cost of the drinks, plus the popcorns. 5 times 4 is 20. So now we get $37.50 plus $13.75 plus 20 to get a grand total of $71.25. Example number 2 for your notes is a model real life. An exercise mat is 3.3 times as long as it is wide. Write an expression in simplest form that represents the perimeter and the area of the exercise mat. So let's start by drawing our exercise mat. An exercise mat is 3.3 times as long as it is wide. So let's say here's the width. And so then instead of writing the length, we're going to say that that is 3.3 times W. So then it says, write in simplest form an expression that represents the perimeter and the area. Perimeter is side plus side plus side plus side. So in this case, we have W plus W plus 3.3W plus 3.3W. So when we simplify that, we have 6.6 W's plus 2 more, so that's 8.6 W's. That's our perimeter. Area is length times width. So we have W times 3.3 W. So that's going to be 3.3 W squared for area. Now you try it for number 17. A group of friends visits the movie theater again, and each person buys a daytime ticket and a small drink. The group shares 2 large popcorns. What is the average cost per person when there are 4 people in the group? Okay, so each person buys a daytime ticket. There's going to be 4 people times $5. So that's going to be tickets. Each person also buys a drink. So that's going to be 4 times a small drink is $1.75. The group shares 2 large popcorns. So in this case, large popcorns are $4. They're going to buy 2 large popcorns, so 2 times 4. So this is going to give us the total cost of everything they buy. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times $1.75 is $7. And 2 times 4 is $8. So this would be $35. That's how much they spend. However, there were 4 people in the group. So we're going to do $35 divided by 4. 4 goes into 35 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 goes into 30. 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. And 4 goes into 25 times. There is no remainder. So on average, each person here is spending $8.75.